Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Pitch Pod. I'm your host, Jeff Stebbins, and today we're going to look at Team USA versus Canada in the upcoming Gold Cup match. It should be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I think that this game, although based on the last results during the Nations League tournament, one might assume that Team USA is going to win this hands down, no problem, with our dominating performance with the 2-0 win in the Nations League Cup. However, there's a couple of different elements going on with the Gold Cup tournament that you may have noticed. Team USA is not playing the same roster, the same squad for this Gold Cup as we did for the Nations League. With our Nations League, we notably had Turner and Keep starting for all the matches. He's still on the roster. However, Christian Pulisic, our captain, and Gio Reyna, who had an outstanding Nations League Cup, are notably absent as the Gold Cup is unfolding. BJ Callahan is still serving as the interim head coach and doing a great job with Team USA. I'm not expecting BJ to do a whole lot of different changes for this upcoming match. I did see that Jackson Ewell is going to be entering the team, and he will be a good replacement, a good defensive player. That'll be helpful, but outside of that, I expect him to do what he's kind of been doing in these most recent games. Well, I expect to see a 4-3-3 with Jesus Ferreira at top. I expect Cal to get some playing time up top as well. Maybe some 1-2 combinations from those guys. Jordan Morris, he's been suffering some substantial knee injuries. So if he does get in, I expect it to be short amount of time. Perhaps he comes in second half to relieve one of the players. But outside of that, I think Team USA is just going to continue to do what they've been doing. They're coming off some strong wins. You may have caught those games. They just recently defeated Trinidad and Tobago 6-0, with Jesus Ferreira scoring his second hat trick of the tournament. And prior to that, they beat St. Kitts 6-0 as well. Now, Canada is definitely not going to be an easy opponent, but it should be noted that they're not bringing their quote-unquote A squad into this tournament either. Over the years, the CONCACAF Gold Cup has lost some prestige, and teams are no longer as motivated as they previously were to win. So that's been one evolution, and so that's why we're kind of seeing these younger players from both sides and players that haven't necessarily gotten a whole lot of playing time previously in this tournament. It's kind of a moment for them to shine and show what they're capable of, because in 2026, World Cup's coming up. It's right around the corner, and they want the coaching staff, they want everyone to be aware of what they bring to the table. Team USA defeated Canada 2-0. It was a dominant performance in the Nations League. The rosters are completely different for both Canada and US in this tournament. So I'm actually going to keep my prediction at 2-0. I think that they will repeat the win and defeat Canada 2-0 again. I don't expect it to be as dominant of a performance. I don't expect it to be as pretty of a game. The playmakers, the creative and talented Reyna and Pulisic, they're not going to be there. So I do think that Ferreira will score at least one goal. And the other person, maybe Cal picks up one. It to be determined at this point. But I definitely see Ferreira getting the start at the number 9 position and scored at least one goal, but I don't expect another hat trick. It should be a fun quarterfinal match, and hopefully Team USA advances and is one step closer to bringing the Gold Cup home. Hopefully everyone gets a chance to sit down, watch the game, and enjoy. Be well out there, everyone.
In a game, the round ball, round posts, Anything can happen.